When you think of recreation, open space, and the great outdoors, think Bergen County. Coming up next on Inside Bergen, we'll show you why. Welcome to Inside Bergen. I'm your host, Bergen County Executive Dennis McNerney. When it comes to recreation, there's a lot to do and see in Bergen County. Bergen County has an exceptional park system, which encompasses 9,000 acres and continues to grow. These recreational areas allow people to ski, skate, golf, jog, cycle, picnic, camp overnight, take a nature hike, swim, play softball and tennis, and so much more. Joining me here to talk more about Bergen County's park system is freeholder Julie O'Brien. Glad you could be here with us, freeholder O'Brien.
Thank you for inviting me on Inside Bergen. I'm glad to be here.
Also joining us to talk about what Bergen County has to offer in terms of recreation is Ray Dressler, the acting director of our county's fine park system. Thank you for being here as well, Ray.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Now, the county has 20 different park areas throughout all of Bergen County. Can you tell us a little bit more about them?
Certainly. About 9,000 square acres that the county has in parklands. It includes 5 golf courses, a nationally ranked zoo, environmental center, ski slopes, which also includes disc golf up in Camp Gore. We have Overpeck Park, which is growing.
And here's the skiing at Camp Gore?
That is correct.
Okay, and that's open. That's the only county ski area for all of New Jersey, right?
In Mahwah, yes, that's correct. In addition, we have walking paths throughout the system. This is a picture of
Glen Gray up in
Glen Gray,
Oklahoma.
also in the Ramapo Mountains, which is part of our system, which is many acres. This is a picture of the Dog Bark Park in Lyndhurst.
We have a number of them. They're
Yes,
new.
we do. We have 5 throughout the system. In addition, this is Overpeck, and Overpeck Park is growing as we speak. We have an additional 143 acres that we're developing there right now.
This is a major project, though, Overpeck Park in Leonia and Ridgefield Park. What do we have planned there coming up this fall?
Okay. We will have an opening October 4th, which is a soft opening, and then the fields will be ready to play in the springtime. 143 acres, which will include baseball, softball, 6 tennis courts, 2 soccer courts, an amphitheater, boat launches. It's an outstanding project, and I can't tell you how happy I am every time I go out there, and I'm waiting for people to show up to understand how spectacular that project is. It's probably the biggest thing that's happened to Bergen County in over 50 years.
Ray, we also recently completed a new sportsplex just next to Overpeck Park, and this is in Palisades Park, just off of Grand Avenue. And is that getting a lot of play as well?
It was designed as a state-of-the-art facility. The administration actually had the forethought to do it all synthetic turf, which is very needed in our system. We don't have enough playing surfaces, so with the synthetic turf, it gives us the ability to rent the fields more often and have play constantly on these fields. And believe it or not, they are used all the time. The track and field is rated one of the tops in New Jersey. We have people looking to come and rent those facilities on a regular basis. The baseball field's constantly used by the local groups. We have softball. We have a challenger field, which is a synthetic area used to handle wheelchair children. As I said, the place is constantly used. With the synthetic field, it was the best way to go.
What are some other upcoming parks projects that we'll be undertaking?
Okay. At the present time, we have many on the board. We have 5 pathways being designed as we speak. The largest of them would be the Hackensack River Pathway, which will eventually take us from the Meadowlands up to historic Newbridge Landing. We have the Linwood Avenue bike path being designed.
That's really an extension up by Ridgewood, the 6 Mile Saddle River Pathway, right?
That is correct. That'll connect Ridgewood and into Paramus. We have Pascack Brook, which will connect Westwood into Oradell. I'm sorry, Emerson.
Yeah, Emerson.
We have the Oradell Waterworks. That pathway is just being undertaken, and that's going to be an outstanding project to bring people in to walk around the historic building, the waterworks, and get people familiar with what we have there, this gem of the county that the county owns, and to move that project along. At the same time, we have some renovations of fields that are being designed. One is Breslin Field, which again will be completely renovated. It will be an outstanding field, synthetic turf we hope, depending on cost, but that will be a spectacular venue. We have renovations to Saddlebrook Vandersand Field. We have Leonia Baseball Field being renovated. Additionally, in Leonia, we have plans to renovate the tennis courts, the soccer field. We do have a new cricket field in Leonia. So we have things moving along, yes.
It's very diverse. How often and how popular are these with the residents? How often are these facilities used?
Well, if you went into Overpeck or you went into Van Saun on a weekend, you'd see thousands of people. On the pathway systems, there's hundreds of people walking, jogging, cycling every day. It's a very busy system. That's why we continue to improve and increase, because the demand is there. You know, in addition, we have some playgrounds that have just been finished. Rochelle Park area playground, again, outstanding job. And Van Saun, Harmony, which we call Harmony 2, is across the street from the zoo. That has just been completed last week, and we hope to get phase 3 out in the near future.
Okay, there's so much to offer, and you can use our website as well for all the parks offerings. Again, thank you, and we'll be right back after this break.
Okay, thank you.
I'm Bergen County Executive Dennis McNerney. As we are all forced to do more with less, I'm proud that Bergen County Parks still offer plenty of affordable recreational opportunities. From the Palisades to the Ramapo Mountains, our parks are fun for people of all ages. Whether it's golfing, jogging, swimming, or visiting our nationally accredited zoo, Bergen has it all. So this summer, when life forces you to cut back, don't cut back on fun. Remember, you have options right here in your own backyard. Have fun, enjoy Bergen.
Golf season is here again, and Bergen County is proud to announce the historic acquisition of its 5th golf course, the Valley Brook Golf Course in Rivervale. Valley Brook offers 18 challenging holes on 143 acres and is now preserved as a public course. Valley Brook is the crown jewel of golf courses located in the heart of Bergen County, with a practice range, restaurant, and picturesque clubhouse. This is truly a hole-in-one for the residents of Bergen County. Find out more about Bergen County recreational facilities at our informative website.
Ever think about who will answer your 911 call in a medical emergency? Many times, the people who respond are no strangers. They're your neighbors, friends, relatives, and coworkers. They're dedicated to helping people. They respond at all hours, in all kinds of weather, and are trained to handle any emergency.
They're also volunteers. They could be you.
To find out how you can join the thousands of other EMS volunteers, contact the Bergen County Law and Public Safety Institute. If you don't, who will?
The odds of a child becoming a professional golfer? 1 in 140,000. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn the signs. Go to autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back to Inside Bergen. Bergen County offers tremendous opportunities for our region's 90,000 golfers. Whether you're a novice out for a relaxing round or a seasoned veteran honing your skills for a weekend tournament, you can enjoy the greens at one of our 5 county golf courses. Joining Freeholder O'Brien and I to talk about Bergen County's public golf courses is Kevin Purcell, the General Manager of the Golf Course Division. Welcome, Kevin.
Thanks, Dennis. Always enjoy the opportunity to speak about the golf courses.
All right, so why don't you tell us a little bit more about the terrific golf courses we have here in Bergen?
We've got some great variety in the courses in Bergen County. We go from the rolling hills of the Ramapo Mountain, where the Darlington Golf Course is, to the flat terrain in Overpeck in the Teaneck area, to a long golf course that could be stretched to over 6,800 yards in Rockley, and then a very tight golf course which is shorter in Rivervale, the Valley Brook Golf Course. And it winds up with the 9-hole golf course right here in Paramus, the Orchard Hills Golf Course, which is a great golf course for people of all ability and ages.
And actually, we have some pictures. Here's a
Here's
nice
the
fairway.
14th hole at the Darlington Golf Course, tree-lined, beautifully maintained. The second hole, actually the third hole at Orchard Hills.
That's one of our older golf
The
courses.
second hole in Orchard Hills. Yeah, we bought this golf course back in 1969.
And that's a 9-hole golf course.
Correct. This is the newly renovated 12th hole at the Overpeck Golf Course, par 5. The 18th hole, the par 3 at the Overpeck Golf Course. This is from the clubhouse, or actually the putting green, at the Valley Brook Golf Course, which we purchased from the water company in 2006.
And that's doing terrific, right?
Yeah. And the 4th hole at the Rockley Golf Course.
And we just made improvements there recently.
We did, for sure.
It's 27 holes, of course.
It is 27, right. There's the red, the white, and blue 9s. This is also the 4th green in the distance from the 5th tee at the red 9 at Rockley Golf Course.
The golf courses really are very important to our county residents. Just how busy are they?
Well, they're very busy. It's one of the busiest golf systems in the country. Last year, in the 5 golf courses, we had over 237,000 rounds of golf. That's a lot of golf to provide in only 9 months.
That is a lot of golf.
And there are fees, and it's reasonable fees.
Absolutely. It's the best part about our golf operation. We have well-maintained golf courses that have been newly renovated, and we do it and provide it for a very reasonable fee. The fees range for the adults from $22 during the week to as much as $60 for out-of-county residents. But there's a variety of rates in between, and they're all very reasonable.
And it's really a simple process. You just get your county ID card, and you pay the resident rate by using that card?
Absolutely. You go to any of the golf courses and get a $35 for an adult to get a county ID card. That'll give you access into the automated tee time system, and it will also give you access to the discounted rates. And you can play the golf courses if you don't have that card, but you're just going to play the non card holding rate.
And there's always walk-ons are available usually in the afternoons as well.
Sure,
right?
we recommend that people try to get a tee time, but it's very competitive to get the tee times. You could imagine with 237,000 rounds, there's a lot of people out there trying to get those times. Every year, there's about 20,000 registered golfers, and they work hard to get the tee times. They call 7 o'clock at night, 7 days in advance to begin the process of getting a tee time. But there are walk-on times available also. Every hour, there's a time set aside for people who last minute get an opportunity to play golf, and they can go and they can put their name on the board, and if there is an availability for somebody not showing to play golf or in one of those walk-on times, they can then have the opportunity to play.
Kids love golf just as much as the adults do. Will you tell us a little bit about the Pioneer program?
Sure. The Pioneer program is really the heart and soul of our golf operation, because we're trying to train young men and women the proper way of not only playing golf, but of acting on a golf course. We have over 800 kids in the program every year. There's 3 different levels. There's the Pioneer Clinic, the Q Tour, and the Tour. The Clinic is instructional, where we have golf professionals out teaching them the finer aspects of hitting the golf ball, chipping and pitching, and all those various areas of the game. The Q Tour gives access to the golf course for many kids for the first time. So they have an opportunity to go and play at the Orchard Hills Golf Course for 2 hours with other kids in a group. An adult walks in a group just to keep them safe, but it's really their first exposure to the course. And then at the end, it culminates with the Pioneer Tour, where there are 8 different events once a week for 8 consecutive weeks, starting in the beginning of July. And we play them at the Bergen County public golf courses, but we also have an opportunity through the generosity of some of the private golf courses in the county to expose our kids to some of the private golf courses.
Now, not just for kids, though, you also have a number of other tournaments for senior citizens, for men, for women.
Absolutely. We've got 11 tournaments in our adult tournament schedule, which starts from a parent-child event, which is an alternate shot where you can bring your child out and play an alternate shot event, all the way up to the Bergen County Amateur, which is turned into one of the finest amateur events in the metropolitan area. And in between, we've got a senior event for the Bergen Amateur. We have a ladies event for the Bergen Amateur. We have a senior championship for both men and women. We have a team championship in the 4-ball. And this year, we've actually also started the Bergen County Scramble, which was a fun event we just held at Darlington 2 weeks ago to rave reviews.
And 2 others, night golf and speed golf.
Sorry, I forgot the night golf and the speed golf. Yes,
right.
very popular night golf.
We also just finished up a program for children with autism.
Yeah.
Will you tell us a little about
Sure.
that?
We have an all-par golf program for middle school and high school kids with autism, which we run in partnership with the Bergen School District. And it's been a very rewarding program for us. We've had an opportunity to teach kids and expose them to the game of golf. And it was a program that lasted 4 days a week for 4 consecutive weeks. So we really got to know the kids individually, and it turned out to be a lot of fun for us and for the kids.
Yeah, I've been to that program. I know Freeholder O'Brien and Freeholder Walton are big advocates of, and you're doing a terrific job there. We also have a driving range. It's on county property, but it's a franchise, right?
Correct. It's concessioned up at the Darlington golf course. But it is open to the public, and it's reasonable rates and an opportunity for people to work on their game.
And how's the new Valley Brook golf course? A recent acquisition. I know it's a par 70. It's a little smaller, but
right.
We're always working to improve it. I know there's some water issues along with the river there.
Yeah, we've got a project down there at the 13th hole where we're have some engineers on board to try to correct some water issues there. But for the most part, it's been a very successful acquisition for us.
All right. Well, thank you again, Kevin, and terrific job for you and all the parks employees keeping those golf courses in great shape. And we'll be right back with more of Inside Bergen.
The odds of a child becoming a professional golfer? 1 in 140,000. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn the signs. Go to autismspeaks.org.
Ever think about who will answer your 911 call in a medical emergency? Many times, the people who respond are no strangers. They're your neighbors, friends, relatives, and coworkers. They're dedicated to helping people. They respond at all hours, in all kinds of weather, and are trained to handle any emergency.
They're also volunteers. They could be you.
To find out how you can join the thousands of other EMS volunteers, contact the Bergen County Law and Public Safety Institute. If you don't, who will? County Executive Dennis McNerney. As we're all forced to do more with less, I'm proud that Bergen County Parks still offer plenty of affordable recreational opportunities. From the Palisades to the Ramapo Mountains, our parks are fun for people of all ages. Whether it's golfing, jogging, swimming, or visiting our nationally accredited zoo, Bergen has it all. So this summer, when life forces you to cut back, don't cut back on fun. Remember, you have options right here in your own backyard. Have fun, enjoy Bergen.
Golf season is here again, and Bergen County is proud to announce the historic acquisition of its 5th golf course, the Valley Brook Golf Course in Rivervale. Valley Brook offers 18 challenging holes on 143 acres and is now preserved as a public course. Valley Brook is the crown jewel of golf courses located in the heart of Bergen County with a practice range, restaurant, and picturesque clubhouse. This is truly a hole-in-one for the residents of Bergen County. Find out more about Bergen County recreational facilities at our informative website.
Welcome back to Inside Bergen. No matter what your age, Bergen County has something for everyone. Did you know that Bergen County has its own nationally accredited zoo? Well, we do, and it's right here in Paramus and River Edge. Joining Freeholder O'Brien and I is Tim Gunther, the zookeeper of the Bergen County Zoological Park.
Welcome, Tim. The zoo is located in Van Saun Park, and there's quite a variety of animals there, including some rare species. Can you tell us about the zoo's animals? We have some photographs for the people at home to look at.
The zoo's collection is specialized, and a lot of people don't realize that we only exhibit animals from North and South America. The zoo is fairly small, and we really don't have property to exhibit animals from all over the world and to do it cohesively and do it educationally. So we decided to specialize the zoo's collection. As a result, while you won't see elephants and giraffes and things like that, we have a very eclectic collection for the size of the zoo.
That's great. I think we have some pictures. There we go.
These are our mountain lions. This is one of the most popular animals in the zoo, partly due to the wonderful exhibit that they're housed in, but also they're the largest predator we have in the collection. We have 2 cats in that exhibit. We also have bald eagles in the collection, a group of non-releasable birds that's the only reason they're in captivity. And our snowy owls. So we try to exhibit animals from all over the New World, we call it, North, Central, and South America. These are our American alligators. And our goats. We have a domestic collection in the zoo, and they're all historic breeds. They're breeds that you don't see in normal farming practices anymore. These are breeds that fell out of favor over years for various reasons. Oh. And that's a very fat prairie dog, but we have a very large group of prairie dogs that's very popular.
Right by the buffaloes, right?
Yes, by the Great Plains exhibit, and our scarlet macaws. And our peacocks. We have 1 male peacock in the zoo right now, but we have a new group that just came in, and they'll be out on display shortly as well. And they just roam freely around the property. And this is one of our toucans. And our sheep, another member of the farmyard group, with a chicken getting a free ride, it looks like.
All right, and now the zoo is nationally accredited. Can you tell the viewers what actually that is?
Well, an accreditation program, like a hospital or a university, is an approval process, basically. And the zoo goes through a very in-depth, detailed investigation or examination. They look at all aspects of our operation, not just animal care, but that's the most important. But they look at our commitment to conservation. They look at our education programs, our infrastructure and how we maintain the site, and all of those aspects. And we have to meet prescribed professional standards in order to be accredited. And then the same standards that the Bronx Zoo has to meet in San Diego, and it's the same standards for everybody. So we're very proud for, really, we're probably one of the smallest zoos in the United States, but we meet the same standards that all the big guys do.
There's just so much going on at the zoo. Can you tell us a little bit about the train and the carousel, which I know my grandson absolutely loves?
Sure. Well, I think, yeah, the train rivals the zoo in popularity, no question about it. It was installed in 1964, I believe, so it's been around a long, long time. 2 of the actual trains in operation are from the original installation. They're wonderful old trains, and they're real workhorses. It's a half-a-mile circuit, goes around the zoo. Some of the exhibits are visible from the train ride, and over time we're introducing more exhibits so that the train ride is that much more interesting.
You've undergone a big renovation with the train this year. The track is all different. It's much smoother ride if people haven't been on it yet.
It's the same footprint, but it's the first renovation since it was built in 1964. I jokingly had said that it's so smooth now it's lost that kind of ricketiness that you get in an old-fashioned train ride. But it's beautifully done, and it's going to go a great way in helping us maintain the train into the future.
And the carousel, whenever I'm out there, there's always a line for the carousel.
Always, and that's as big a carousel as you can build today. It's a 50-foot carousel. It was installed in the year 2000 in celebration of the new millennium. And yeah, always very busy and very popular.
All right, I know you have a number of exhibits throughout the year that change, so you can keep coming back and there'll be more different changes throughout it. And I know the latest is the budgie exhibit. Can you tell us about that?
Yes.
I've been to it and it's great.
Everybody loves the budgie exhibit. It sort of has this therapeutic quality to it that people just love. I've heard people tell me when they have a bad day, they come to the budgie exhibit and it just changes their perspective. Unlike all the other exhibits in the zoo, that's a shot of the entry to the exhibit, where public and animal interaction is really discouraged and prevented in any way possible. This is a 180-degree reversal of that. We encourage interaction with the animals. That's the whole intent. We allow you into the enclosure. You share a space with about 350 to 400 budgies, also known as parakeets. And there are feeding sticks available. You can feed the birds. The birds will land on you, and it's just a really fun experience.
Right, you give them these feeding sticks and they're all over you. They're
yes,
your
they
shoulder,
are.
Your hair, your
the birds, when we first opened it, we weren't quite sure how it was going to work, but the birds are really very cooperative.
Last time I was out there, I had one that kept climbing into my pocketbook, wanting to come home with me.
Yeah, we've had a couple of hitchhikers, yes.
No escapes, though, right?
No. Well, we have had a few get out because it gets so crowded, and right. You have to control the crowds. That if we have a double door system, but if a door gets left open, and a bird will get out. But these parakeets have such a strong flocking instinct that the birds outside the exhibit won't leave the ones on the inside. So if the birds inside move from one end of the exhibit to the other, that bird will travel with them, and it makes it a lot easier to recapture them and bring them back because they don't fly off the grounds.
Wow. And the zoo is open all year, right?
The zoo is open 365 days a year, with the possible exception of if we're prepping for a major event or doing a large maintenance project or inclement weather. But otherwise, yes, we're open every day of the year.
And you really can't beat the price as compared to other zoos.
No, it's the zoo is genuinely a bargain. I'm sure it's the least expensive zoo in the tri-state area, but just as evidenced by the number of people that visit the facility, it's clearly worthwhile and visit. And with all the other activities in the park, the train, the carousel, the playgrounds, you can come and spend an hour if you want, or you can spend a half a day there.
I've been doing it for the past 30 years. I took my sons out there, all of my children as they were growing up, and now I'm taking my son's son out there very often, and he's just thoroughly enjoying it.
That's what we're starting to see, because the zoo is not that old. It was opened in 1960, so we're finally getting the next generation where I went as a child, now I'm bringing my children, and it's a great sense of ownership that people now have with the zoo.
Yeah.
And the bison exhibit is probably the largest in terms of property, right?
Without question, it's over 2 acres.
Some new bison recently there?
Yes, we did. One of the things you have to deal with in zoos is that animals are not inanimate, they're living creatures. They don't live forever. So we brought in some new young bison this year to regenerate and rejuvenate the exhibit, I should say. So
and they share that space with what type? Is it deer?
With American elk.
American elk,
which you would see in the wild in Yellowstone, Wyoming. In fact, one of my favorite times to visit, and most people don't take advantage of it, is in the wintertime after snowfall. And you'll see bison plow through the snow, digging for grass and coming up with a face full of snow. And I mean, that's a sight you won't see outside of Wyoming, and here right in Paramus, it's available for our visitors.
Well, we're out of time. I want to thank our guest commentator, freeholder Julie O'Brien, for joining me today. I also want to thank our other guests, Ray Dressler, Kevin Purcell, and the zookeeper, Tim Gunther, for being here as well. As we've heard here today, the Bergen County Parks System offers so much for our people of all ages. I encourage our residents and those who live outside the county as well to visit our parks and enjoy our open space, recreation, and nature at its best. Thank you for watching Inside Bergen, and we look forward to seeing you next time.